Hey guys, we got a bunch of new locks delivered to the lock lab. You guys probably remember Bill Croft. He's a big time lock collector, and he sends packages occasionally to, I guess, to find out if these locks are pickable or not. And some of them are, as you recall from the past, and we failed on a few of them, some pretty complex locks. But anyway, this is the latest batch, and we'll just begin from left to right, show you what we're looking at. Looks like a master lock, but this is a Slaymaker. It looks like the original key. And let's see if I can get that to focus. There we go, Slaymaker. So these are not master locks. These old Slaymakers can be kind of a challenge. Here's what our bidding on this one is going to look like. So we got some good bidding on it. And we got kind of a weird looking keyway there. So that should be a little bit of fun. Got an Abus. You guys know I have an affinity for Abuses. This is looks like an older one. This is an 8550. Nothing unusual about it. And I thought, why did Bill throw that in there? And then I took a look at the key. Let's see if we can find a backing for this, because you're just not going to believe. I have never seen an Abus with bidding like that. It's like max min, max min, max min. Unbelievable. So we ought to have a little bit of fun with that. He sent us this almost looks like a commando, but in fact this is a master lock. He did say that this one does have a lot of security pins in it. I don't know, haven't played with it. Got the keys right here, and again with the backing. Got some good bidding on that. So we got 3 real deep cut ones, and then we got that one hiding in the back there. So might be a little bit of trouble to get into this thing, especially if he's throwing some security pins in there. And now we get to the locks I think you guys have been waiting for. These are kind of unusual, especially this one. It is I'm going to call it a T lock. Let me first show you what the key looks like. This thing, it has 3 sides to it. So I believe it is a 9-pinner, but that almost looks on both of these keys like it's hand filed. And that thing is pretty roughly ground off of the back. There's no marking of any kind on either of these 2 keys. Although they both work, you can see they're quite different. The angles on some of these are pretty screwed up, but they do both work. It looks like they have a good amount of precision. Put the lock in, a key in like this, obviously, and then it doesn't seem to want to go. So you got to really kind of work at it to get it to click that last bit. Come on, baby. There we go. And then watch how much it turns to get it open. Just barely, just a bit. Not even, I don't know, maybe 1/10 of a turn in order to get that thing to pop. But you'll notice the level of precision on this thing. Very tight, hardly any seam in there at all. On the top, well, you can't lock it without the key. It is not key retaining, so again we got to fight it to get in there. Lock it. There we go. On the top, it looks like it would be shimmable, but when you look at how far down inside of their locking pawl is, I ought to just leave that key in there. That'd be the smart way to handle this. It's quite a distance down inside of there, so you'd need a shim, but your shim would have to go just about this deep. So you need a really long one. It probably would be shimmable though. Anyway, enough of that. Another lock that's really interesting is this W lock. I have never seen one of these. This is a very heavy duty, all stainless steel lock. This is made in Taiwan. It's made by a company called the Watson Group. If you go online and look at that website, they sell a whole lot of security products. And this very heavy, very sturdy. This is what our key looks like. So it is a disc detainer lock. Pretty complex looking key. And it goes way down inside of there. So to pick this thing, going to be quite a challenge. Now watch this. When we open the key, we have to turn it not 180, but we have to go all the way around to 270, and then very smoothly it will open up. Pretty cool. Now the cores on these are removable. I saw it online. I don't want to mess with Bill's lock because it's quite a detailed process. I'm afraid if I pull it out, all the discs will fall out and I'll never get it back. But anyway, that's going to be quite a challenge. It's going to require a special pick too, I think. But we'll figure it out. We'll see if we can't get inside of that one. And the last one is probably the biggest Corbin padlock I think I've ever seen in my life. This thing is just massive. Very heavy. I have no idea how old this is. You can see it quite old. Just a beautiful lock, very smooth like all Corbins. Just super, looks like it's been closed for a long time. And the bitting on this one, quite challenging. 6-pinner. So anyway, alright, I'm going to go ahead and pick one of these. I don't want to pick any easy ones, and you know I'm always attracted to weirdness. I'm going to try to pick this. I believe this is a Russian lock, but I have no proof of that. There's no marking anywhere on this thing. The body, by the way, is aluminum. But let me lock it up, and then I'll figure out a way to clamp this, because we have to probably clamp it upside down would be my guess. And we'll see if we can't get this thing picked. Alright, got this baby clamped down. Almost would be easier to pick this thing if it was on a gate or something, hanging on a chain, but this is the best I can do by basically turning the vise at 90 degrees and kind of hanging it in there. It is still locked, and I'm going to start by, move that out of the way, using tension from this side. And I'm going to use a Peterson hook, not because I think that the pins are deep set, but because of the size of this keyway. I didn't want to have to manufacture a larger tool, so we're going to try to make do with this. So, let's see if we can make this thing happen. A little bit of tension, a little bit of turn on the core already. That was pin 3 on the left side. That was pin 2 on the top. Let's check that left side again before we switch our tension wrench. Everything there still feels springy. So what I'm going to do to give myself just a little bit more room to work, I'm going to put the tension wrench on the left side, take that one off, and keep the tension. Hopefully don't drop any pins, and then try to pick this side now. Okay, that was pin 3 on the right side. And it feels like everybody else is springy there. I'll check the top again. And it feels like everybody's springy. Okay, back to the tension wrench swap. That was pin 1 on the left side. And I think everybody else is set there. I think top is set. Play musical wrenches again. Okay, we are missing somebody, because I think there we go. That was him. It was a pin 1 on the right hand side. Anyway, there we go. We got an open on what I believe is an antique Russian, we're going to call it a T-lock, that's used to secure nuclear sites in the deepest parts of Siberia. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Anyway, Bill Croft, thank you, sir, for the locks, and I will move through them as I have a chance. Thank you for setting them in. Everybody else, stay safe, and for goodness sake, stay legal. Don't break into any nuclear sites now that I've shown you how.